Hi, welcome to Breakthrough Church Daily Devotions. We are following the book of Exodus for our daily devotions. We are still in Exodus chapter 25, verses 10 to 22. Now the Ark of the Covenant is a rectangular box made of acacia wood that is overlaid with pure gold. It is placed inside the Holy of Holies. And inside this box was placed the Ten Commandments that was written in tablets of stones. Later on, two more items were placed inside the ark. One of them is the rod of Aaron that budded and produced almonds, and the other one is a jar of manna. Now we turn back to Exodus chapter 16 for this story. 1.5 months after getting out of Egypt, the nation of Israel reached the wilderness of Sin. The people grumbled against Moses because they are hungry. God heard their grumbling and provided them with quail every evening and manna every morning. Every morning, dew lay around the camp, and when the dew has gone up, there was on the ground a fine, flake-like thing, fine as the frost on the ground. The people of Israel called its name manna. It was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. God instructed them to gather an omer or a bowl of manna every day. And the people of Israel did so. They gathered some more, some less. But when they measured it with an omer, whoever gathered much, nothing left over. And whoever gathered little had no lack. Each of them gathered as much as they could eat. And Moses said to them, "Let no one leave any of it over till the morning." But they did not listen to Moses. Some left part of it till the morning, and it bred worms and smelled bad. Morning by morning they gathered it, each as much as he could eat. But when the sun grew hot, it melted. On the 6th day, they gathered twice as much manna, 2 bowls each. On the 7th day, they have to observe the Sabbath. They will not find any manna on the ground on the 7th day each week. And yet on the 7th day, some of the people went out to gather, but they found none. Exodus chapter 16, verses 32 to 35 states, Moses said, "This is what the Lord has commanded. Let an omer of it be kept throughout your generations, so that they may see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt." And Moses said to Aaron, "Take a jar and put an omer of manna in it, and place it before the Lord to be kept throughout your generations." As the Lord had commanded Moses, so Aaron placed it before the testimony to be kept. The people of Israel ate the manna for 40 years till they came to a habitable land. They ate the manna till they came to the border of the land of Canaan. Now this jar of manna was placed inside the Ark of the Covenant and remained there throughout the travels in the wilderness, the period of Judges, and even at the era of the first temple. The fact that an omer of manna was kept inside the Ark of the Covenant indicates that the amount of manna to be preserved was the same as the amount collected and eaten each day. So the jar of manna will be a visible reminder of God's provision and grace. Manna is something that you cannot accumulate. It is something that you cannot hold or possess. It is something that you receive every day, and that shows your total dependence of God. Manna is the ultimate sign of our dependence on God. The jar of manna is a symbol that denies our self-sufficiency. For while it reminds us of God's care and faithfulness and abundance, it also reminds us of our continual dependence on Him. The jar of manna is the ultimate reminder that only God is sovereign and we are not. God is both benevolent and dependable. And so the jar of manna reminds us also of our vulnerability, that at some fundamental level, we cannot really provide for ourselves. We need God. We are completely dependent on God. But God will never fail us. He will always be faithful to provide us for all our needs. Jesus said, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. And do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all of these things will be given to you as well.